Hi Gemini, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of July 31st through August 6th. This is for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising signs. So Gemini, for this reading I am using the Universal Tarot deck along with the Magical Unicorns Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Alright, Gemini. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, I do have death. So death is all about change. So it can represent something ending, creating that space within your life for something new to come in. With death, there's always a new beginning. So endings and new beginnings, or something changing, something transforming, it will never be the same. So some of you definitely could be going through this great change, this transformational period for some of you. Death also represents the sign of Scorpio. So there even could be something going on with a Scorpio. And there's a sign that had a very similar combination here for the overall energy. And I'm trying to remember which one it was. I really can't. I believe it was one of the water signs. So maybe you have something going on with a Scorpio, with a water sign, because I believe it was one of the water signs that had a very similar overall energy for the week, which we have the Eight of Swords here, which is that mental energy, very much in the mind, but worrying unnecessarily. Some of you are maybe feeling anxious, feeling stressed out, overly thinking about things. And this is what I call that self-restrictive sort of energy. So this could be a person who's holding themselves back, too nervous to move forward with something, really fearing the worst. They're really worrying unnecessarily. So you have two restrictive energies for me here in this spread. You have the Eight of Swords, which is the overall energy for the week, and then you also have the Devil. So both of these energies for me represent blockages and restrictions that you need to overcome. So this reading might be for a very specific number of Geminis. So if you can't resonate, please just go and watch your other signs. Excuse me. I'm just the messenger. I don't make the rules, or I suggest having a private reading. But this definitely could be a reading that is meant for a specific group of Geminis. So we have this Eight of Swords here. Clarifying the Eight of Swords, I do have the Three of Swords. So for some of you, this definitely could be a situation involving three people. So it could be a love triangle. If not, you know, it might have something to do with a family matter, a business matter. For some of you, I can definitely see that there's a situation involving three people. So that's how you're resonating with this. I don't think that there's this loss or necessarily this heartache. It's more of a lot of this just mental energy here. And some of you feel torn. Some of you might not know what to do. You don't know which direction to go in. With the Three of Swords, it is a swords card. So for me, it can represent disappointment, mental frustration, someone who feels torn. They don't know exactly what to do. And that's especially when it comes to a situation involving three people. But some of you need to maybe unchain yourself. You need to free yourself from that. That's no longer serving you with the Devil here. This can be a toxic relationship, an unhealthy environment, an addiction, something that you're doing. There could be something around you that's no longer serving you. So it's time to free yourself. It's time to, cut yourself free and take back control. But I think that some of you are too nervous to do this. You're really fearing the worst. This is a person who's completely worrying unnecessarily. Now, maybe this is a situation that has to do with children as well. So, you know, that's understandable that some of you are maybe fearing for your children, fearing the worst. There could be children involved. So that's why you're not making a move for some of you. Now, the devil does represent the sign of Capricorn. So there even could be something going on with the Capricorn. And if that's the case, maybe you're seeking some sort of closure with the Six of Cups here. You're seeking some sort of closure from a Capricorn. There could have been arguments. We have a few fives here in this spread, but here together I have the Five of Cups with the Five of Wands. So small, insignificant, petty arguments, misunderstandings that maybe led to a breakup for some of you. Or just simply something small escalating here. You might have some regrets with the Five of Cups, because we also have the Queen of Swords here, which certainly could be you. You could be having some regrets. We have the Queen of Swords mirroring the Five of Cups, but this is someone who's down, someone who's grieving. So there definitely could be a loss here. But if that's the case, you know, if it's a relationship that ended, it might have been an unhealthy one. So there's just maybe the need for you to heal, or maybe you're looking for that closure so you can move on. But this can also be someone who's doubting someone or something, someone who's very pessimistic. Some of you could definitely be dealing with a lot of like internal struggles with this energy here, a lot of fear, a lot of stuff going on internally, and it could be because you have children, or it could just simply be because you want that closure, so you're not moving forward, you're not allowing yourself to heal because you want that closure. Some of you, I can see here that you want to communicate, maybe with someone, if this is a relationship that's ended. I can see here that you want to communicate. There could have been harsh communication that has already taken place. You might feel defeated with the Five of Swords here. Conflicts, arguments, deception. Again, some of you, it was something minor, and I think it escalated. And, you know, this could be someone who's a little careless. You could be dealing with someone who's a little careless, a little reckless with their communication, you know, saying a bunch of terrible things. It could be something like that. You could have said some terrible things, and now maybe you have regrets and you want to maybe apologize to this person. That could be a possibility, but maybe this energy is holding you back. Some of you could be dealing with another air sign person. So another Gemini, an Aquarius, or Libra, or someone who's coming off as the Queen of Swords, which she's someone who's emotionally not available. So you could be dealing with someone who's just closed off emotionally. But, you know, I can see this challenging energy that you're dealing with, Gemini, but you also have some sixes here. You have some sixes, which sixes are all about balance and harmony. And with the Six of Swords here, this is you moving forward. So even though you felt challenged and you've been dealing with this challenging situation, I do see you moving forward, and I do think that closure is going to come in. I do see you moving towards peace of mind, and it's because we have this energy here, death. You know, this is a very powerful energy. So when you see death, you know that things are happening. For you, I think it's happening slowly. It's not happening quickly. Not at all. This is something that's taking some time. But you're going through this process right now, and there are going to be endings. There are going to be endings for some of you, but then you're creating that space for new beginnings to come in. For some of you, a relationship could be transforming. Absolutely, a relationship could be transforming. if you were fighting a lot, or there was deception, or even someone cheated, something like that. Yes, this relationship could be transforming for the better, but you know, sometimes it's just easier to move on. If it didn't work out the first time, you know, that gives you a good idea of how things would work out the next time. So I think that some of you, to be honest, you're definitely, there are some Geminis watching this that you're at a crossroads, and I think that you don't know what to do, you're torn, and I think that some of you should focus on the future, and that's what you should do, is you should move forward. But let's pull you an additional guidance card. Definitely a very interesting reading. Again, it's only for, you know, a certain number of Geminis that need to hear it, that need to see it. I can see that you felt challenged, but with the sixes here in death, you are actually moving towards feeling more balanced, and that could be mentally and emotionally, feeling more balanced. And you are moving towards that lighter energy here, that peace of mind, things just feeling a lot easier. And it's because this change is taking place. All right, additional guidance for Gemini. What else does Gemini need to know? Please show me additional guidance for Gemini. Some of you might even need to seek out maybe an attorney. So maybe you need to speak to someone. You know, if you're on the fence when it comes to that, my advice would be to seek out that attorney, to seek out that help, that assistance. Okay, the card that just flipped right out for you, Gemini, is love. The answer that you're seeking is love. So if there's been an argument, a fight, a breakup, your answer is love. So for some of you, maybe love is going to bring you back together. But then for some other Geminis, maybe you need to love yourself. The answer that you're seeking is love. So maybe some of you need to love yourself. You need to put yourself first. And then for other Geminis, love. You need to maybe see the more positive side, or the positive maybe attributes that someone has to offer. And maybe love is what is going to bring you back together if there was just a breakup. But some of you need to love yourself, that's for sure. You need to put yourself first. Okay, Gemini, so I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you're interested in receiving a private reading, please head on over to northeasttarot.com. I do wish you a wonderful week. Take care.